This week on Habari Live.
Interview with Daniel Wiginton, technology consultant and design strategist.
Saturday, 10:30 a.m.
Tune in on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Don't miss this episode. We'll be all the way live.
Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmi, and Dip Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah.
We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the Pulse of Phoenix and beyond. Like always, we are all the way live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Dip Ellison and my co-host,
Iesha.
Oh, and Jimmy.
And Whack Jimmy. We will be your guide through today's exciting stories and everyday happenings in your vibrant community. Let's get it going. All right, man. Today we have a very special guest in the house, Daniel Wiginton. He's a technology consultant and a design strategist to help your social media and marketing go further. And he's the business type, and I really appreciate you coming through and talking to us today, Daniel.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Man, it is nothing, bro. We appreciate you having a little patience. We introduced some new cameras to the spot.
And
so
all good. Oh, we
look
ain't gotta
a little
talk.
different.
Come on.
But let's get it going, man.
Man, you guys are doing big things here. So shout out to you guys. This is a beautiful studio. You guys are amazing people. Already with that intro, that's amazing. So hey, I'm hyped and I'm excited to speak with y'all today.
Man, we appreciate you, bro. So can you share with us just a little bit about your background and how you became interested in technology and consulting and design strategy?
Yeah, so I don't want this to be too long, but my name's Daniel, and I started working in the debt relief space because I like helping people. That's kind of my foot into sales, and seeing that people need help out there in many different ways, right? So I knew that I wouldn't want to be tied 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. Wanted freedom, all that basic stuff that we hear today. Hey, like 3 years ago that was pretty cool to say, you want all this stuff, but just started to work on different things, got into like the digital marketing space, got into marketing, right? Because I started helping businesses with their Facebook ads, SEO, getting them leads and things like that. Then I started kind of consulting on just getting things from a software side of things, just making things more streamlined for them. And that was kind of this consulting start of things. And then I was like, okay, well, how can I help like more people, right? And so what that evolved into was like basically helping people monetize their audience, monetize their expertise, monetize their knowledge, because at the end of the day, they worked really hard for it. And people are struggling to figure out how to do that.
Yes, they are. And
right now, the e-learning industry, the market cap is at like $300 million.
Wow.
Depending on where you look, anywhere from 2027 or 2030, it's projected to be $1 trillion industry.
Wow.
So that's a $600 million I don't even know what word. Yeah.
Increase.
Right. Ocean that's about to come into play, right? Just using figurative words for fun, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's a big space in that it's exploding now because people are starting to help each other. And so I'm just helping them piece together how they're going to exactly get what's in their brain into a product to make more money for them, more time, and more impact ultimately. Because I want to help passionate people that are doing big things and want to help people at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. That's exciting because today people have to realize we're in the digital age, man. The old days are gone. You have so much reach if you know how to do this digital shit right. If you're ready to come to the table and ready to put all your experience and what you know on the table and be open to learning how to get your information into these places. It's a science to this.
Right.
It isn't just people just get lucky going viral, man. You have to know what you're doing, when to do it, what time to do it, research what's the best place for you to do it. And everyone's different.
Right.
Everyone won't have the same way of doing things.
Right.
So you may have to, maybe your audience is up at 5 a.m.
Right.
And that's the best time for you to contact your audience. Maybe your audience is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and they're 18 to 25-year-olds. Whatever your audience is, you have to be able to grab that, understand what they are doing and how they move. That's how you be successful in today's markets.
Right.
The old school of shaking hands and going out there is still important.
Yeah.
But it's not as important as this digital footprint is.
Yeah.
To get your market and understand your market and get yourself out here on these social media platforms.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the fact that we're still kind of in, I think, the early phase of it. I think in the next 10 years, people are really going to start hopping on because you still got a lot of businesses and people, as we're talking about, they're not using it. They're literally not using social media. And we're already in the time, right?
That's real.
You're already saying we're already there, right? It's matured, right? It's dang near saturated. It's tough. It's not as easy to just put on an ad on Facebook or Instagram now because people already have seen it and people aren't even on these platforms,
real, man.
So no, you're 100% correct.
You have to figure out who your people are, man, and how you can reach those people.
Right.
And like I said before, man, I know a lot of people are scared of technology. They're scared of the digital age and they don't want to come to the table and realize that what this is going to be. You got to understand where we came from the 90s to now. You got to think about how it's going to go. That's always going to expand. It's going to get more and more technical. We're introducing AI into everything.
Right.
There's more and more that's coming. It's not going away.
Right.
So you better do what you got to do, man, to learn how to navigate these digital markets. So in your experience, what are the common challenges businesses focus on when it comes to integrating technology into their operations? And how does your approach help to solve these challenges?
That's a great question. So, well, we can obviously talk about the people that change is just tough for anybody, right? Integrating anything new when you already have a system that works,
that's real,
relative to what you're doing. We don't want to change it, right?
Right.
There's that. At the same time, you have people that don't understand technology, so they just need a little bit more time. And sometimes with we're talking technology as a whole, sometimes it might be tough to integrate if you don't have the right training and all that kind of different stuff. And then you have the people that want to do it, but maybe there's just some kind of block because anytime you do something new, you got to learn, right?
That's real.
So basically, how I come in, and this has evolved over time, but I'm talking about what I'm doing specifically right now is helping either businesses or creators that are able to that maybe are coaching. Okay. Maybe have a something that they're teaching, or they can offer some type of transformation.
Right.
I'm helping them package that into either helping them package it into like a private network, a membership group, a mastermind, a paid community, something like that. Because what that's going to do is going to be able to not only get your audience in one place, so now you have full control of that audience, which is super important. Because if you want to talk about marketing, you're not have to go out to all these people. Now you have these warm people in your audience that are literally, you're becoming more and more super fans that you can cater more to, that you can create more impact, that you can create more transformation in their life. And what that's going to do is going to give these people another stream of income. So you're basically creating an asset, and this is monthly recurring revenue, people. This is one of the goal, the holy grail of what businesses. This is the Netflix, right? You got people, paying you every single month. You're providing them an excellent experience, an excellent service. And as you continue to grow that, not only, like I said, you own the audience, you're creating another stream of income, an asset for you, a business asset. And then not only that is, like I said, my big thing is that it can free up time for you as well. Because a lot of people, say you're a coach and you have an hour-long consultation. Well, how many people can you handle in a week? 40, 50, 60? I mean, you built this life because you didn't want to probably work 60, 70 hours. And when we talking about all that admin stuff, right? Well, what if I was able to get that down to about 5 hours a week for you?
Wow.
And you're able to help hundreds of people, right? You're able to help hundreds of people on really half of what people work in a week, in a month. we're starting to say crazy stuff, and then you can earn what people earn in a year, in a month, right? You know what I'm saying? So we're thinking bigger just because it's the new digital age, and you can do things like that. Before this wasn't possible. This is just a quick little tangent. My dad called me the other day, and I was talking to him about some stuff going on, and he was like, yeah, I saw on Facebook there was this 21-year-old, and he had this private jet, and they were interviewing him, and they said, how'd you get this private jet? How much does it cost? And he was like, oh, it's 36 million. I was like, what?
Like how you got
that? I was like, this is the first time in human history that's possible.
Right.
You ain't what kind of sentence is that? This 21-year-old got a $36 million jet. Now, we don't all have to get a $36 million jet or whatever it may be, but the point is the level of abundance that is available to us right now is beyond even what we probably would give it credit for. This is the first time that kids are gonna kids now. I'm sorry, I'm kind of ranting and raving right now, but I knew a friend's kid that at 3 years old, I remember when he got an iPad at 3. I thought that was crazy. I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was like, he's getting an iPad at 3. I just thought that was crazy at the time. Now that's like that might be basic.
It's pretty basic, yeah.
Right.
I saw him
at each other like
our
daughter is 2 and got an iPad.
Oh, really?
She got a better iPad than I do.
No, they flossing. They don't know what they got.
She got like the iPad 14. I don't know what it was.
Okay, right? And not only do they have access to obviously all the internet, which the internet's huge right now, right? But they also have access to AI. You're talking about AI. That's access to AI. Like, so I asked him actually recently, and this is now he's in high school, so this 3-year-old now in high school. I asked him, hey, are they integrating AI into like your classrooms and stuff like that? And they're like, oh no, they're not. It's nothing that they're using, but they're not supposed to use it.
Right.
They're not
supposed to use it.
They're not supposed
No. So assume, but as we know, eventually they're gonna use it. They have to use it. They're gonna have to use it. And we're just in a different time. So bringing it all back. So I'm helping people basically not just create more leads and kind of build their business like that, but now I'm helping them create that source of income to give them security, give them a little bit more peace of mind, of course, give them time, and give them freedom, really. And really, that's something that I'm excited about because, I think the more people that are, experience that sense of freedom and abundance, they could do more things because I want to help passionate people, right? So they're going to, their mind's going to open up more to help more people. Like that's what you do, right? That's what it's about. So that's pretty much an overview. I know I kind of went on a tangent there.
Man, that's dope, man. Because like I said, man, if you have to be passionate about what you're doing. And you love what you do. Yeah. And that's what we want to learn from people like you, man, that really are passionate about what they're doing, man. And the one thing that you said that's very interesting is the subscription, the paywalls.
Right.
There's something that we've thought about a couple of times, and we've thought about that, but we felt like we don't have the audience yet to put our people through a paywall because we feel as though we haven't built that big enough audience to get enough people to come to that. That's my side of it. But somebody like you like, hey man, just what do you think on a situation like that? Do we need to keep waiting till we build that paywall, or is it a situation where you think we could put that in now, regardless of our the fans or how many people we have subscribing?
Yeah, great question. So let me ask you, what do you feel like you teach to the audience?
I think our main
or what do you feel like you guys offer to your audience?
Our main focus is information.
Okay.
We want to inform our users, our watchers, and we want to make sure that they're informed on what's the biggest stories and the biggest things that's going on within the week. And we also want to bring them great businesses that they can learn from and go and purchase things that could help them in their everyday life.
Oh, okay.
That's our mission.
Okay.
Yeah, like usually, like he said, weekly we select a business or a community leader who we think deserves the extra exposure, and we like to bring them on and talk to them and learn from them as to why they decided to start their business, why they decided to become a community leader, what major event in their life made them get that aha moment or that light bulb click for them to say, oh, this is what I should be doing. This is what I could be offering. I could do this way, or I can offer this service in a different way than what's already available
right
to the everyday person.
Right. And that's our whole mission, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at other media companies they're so focused on putting their what they think forward, their views, and their people who have their views. And that's the main mission, man, is to be like them, to make sure that we're getting our viewers what we think and how we think and how we want to do things. We can't hide from our view. So we want to make sure, well, what is that? We want to make sure that we do that. So
yeah, okay, great. So
but yeah, man, that's the main thing that we like to focus on.
Perfect. So everybody is going to have something a little bit different, right? Your guys' thing's not going to be the same thing as another media company because you guys are doing different things, right? It's not going to be the same as maybe a nurse that's trying to teach stress management, right? You know, there's all kind of different things that you can do. So, I mean, we could definitely sit down after and kind of go over the specifics, but we're going to try and tailor this to what, not because it's funny that you use a paywall. I was all like, when you're talking about your audience, it's not so much as being like, hey, pay us money. Right. That's not the goal. The goal isn't to be like, hey, you know, what'd be crazy if we could just charge everybody $50 every month. I mean, that sounds cool, but well, what are we doing for them, right? So what we want to do from is give them what they want. Right now, and it sounds super basic, but that's where we come up to that. That's the magic, right? Because I could say, oh, we help them get what they want faster, and be in closer community with you. Right. Whether it's you, whether if it's like a real estate broker who loves teaching how to, you know, become a successful real estate agent, and he can help you, you know, if you're just getting started, your first 6 months sell, I don't know what real estate agents sell, but like, you know, sell 4 homes, like that would be, you know, big for you. Yeah, that'd be dope for you, right? And that's what we can do. And so with everyone, it's different though. There's one of the biggest ones, it may be the biggest, is called Chief. It's called chief.com.
Okay.
You can go on it right now. This is not a advertisement for them, but just as a so you can see where this is going.
Okay.
So this is a community that was started by, I'm assuming, 2 very high level chief executive officer, C-suite individual women. And what they have and they created was a community for other C-suite women.
Oh, wow.
So 77% of the Fortune 500 is represented in this community. This community is about 12,000 strong right now, with about 60,000 on a wait list.
Wow.
You can only be a suite member or something of that caliber, right? All women. And I believe it costs, if you want to pull out a calculator real quick, you got that calculator out?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So it costs, they do it for a year, right? So it's $5,997. Everybody at home, if you want to pull that out, just see what
you
check
said. 5,000.
Yeah, $997. All right, it's for the year. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
All right, then you're gonna times that by 12,000. All right, you're gonna press enter, and that's their yearly income for those 2 women.
What does that equal?
$71,964,000.
That's pretty good. And they got a 60,000 wait list.
Right.
They say we don't want to wait. We don't want to make 200 million. We got to wait for a couple other years to do that. No, but for real. So you can see the level that this is already at in something like that, where that's a very interesting one because it's helping women, right? That are powerful women that are in a place of authority, that is able to you know, collaborate. Now at this level, of course, they have events and they do all these different things. If you're in tech, they have a woman that's, you know, really high up in tech that can help you. If you're in hospitality, they have, you know, it's kind of diversified. But for me, I thought that was interesting because they're not really teaching anything. Like my whole thing was like, I can help at the, let's say if there's levels to it, right? At first you could just be like, okay, I want to help you teach more people. Here's how we can do that through, and people might've heard like, you know, group facilitation or group programming. And we're trying to do something like that, but a little bit different. I want to make it evergreen, where if someone comes into it, they're not, oh, we're on the 3rd week of the challenge, you have to catch up.
Okay.
Right. They should be able to come in and go at their own pace and still get the result. Right. That would be ideal. Right. That would be ideal. That would be what you want to make. Right. And that's, you know, obviously there's things you have to do to make it like that.
Kind of like a private school or a charter school.
Sure.
In the
I
way
love that.
in the way that they have their business model set up.
Sure.
So, for example, I went to a charter school for high school, right? And in that charter school, I started as a sophomore.
Okay.
I go in, I'm in there for all of one semester.
Mhm.
And in that one semester, I've graduated and I've done sophomore to senior
Right.
in one semester.
You did?
One semester is
Is it true?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, clap it up for her.
One semester is equal to what? 3 or 4 months, 5
Right.
months.
Yeah.
And you go in and you start where you're already at.
Right.
Oh, that's how it works?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's how it works. You start where you're already
Oh, I
at.
didn't know that.
Right.
And you can go at your own pace.
Oh, wow.
You go at your own pace, and if you finish before other kids, you're done.
I love that.
And that's kind of how what their
Right.
business model is going for. Let's bring in the people that, that's what you're kind of going for.
Yeah.
Like, let's not make them play catch up,
Right.
but let's let them start
Oh,
where
I
they're
love that.
already at.
Pace,
Yeah, so
right.
I'll have to definitely look into that. I actually didn't
Yeah.
know that that's out there. But it's funny because nothing new's under the sun. I start doing this right, and whenever you start getting into another business venture, you don't know anything about it. You
That's
get
real.
into it, and then you start seeing everybody's doing it. Wait, everybody's doing this?
Right.
I didn't know there was. What I'm saying. Oh, there's all these different people. It's like when you get the car, and then everybody got that car. You're like, how did?
Man.
What?
Mhm.
So it's strange how the universe works, but no, that's good to know, and I'm definitely that's gonna be some more studying for me,
Yeah.
to kind of grow in how they do their
How they're
curriculum
doing
and
their
how
stuff,
they're
right.
because that's ideal, right? So anyway, yeah, you want to make it so you get those people in here. I think kind of lost train of thought. What were we talking about?
Trying to get them into the business model.
Oh yeah. So Chief.
Mm-hmm.
So for this, getting them in, it's evergreen, whatever. You get the people paying you every month, or you can pay yearly,
Right,
whatever it may
right.
be. But then with Chief, that's just strictly about the community. Imagine that's my network. And you know what
Wow.
they say? Your network is your net worth. So
That's real.
And
that's all all they do is they give you a place that you can network with
A platform.
other CEOs
right.
that has been there and building. And dude, if even with my job today, I'm an engineer, and the first thing they tell you is we talked about how can we move up and how can I get to a higher plateau as an engineer, because I want to move up to, I'm an engineer 3 now.
Okay.
I want to move up to an engineer 1.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we were discussing how can we get that done. First thing they talk about is networking. Even in situation where you have a job and you're at a company and you're working for another company, they tell you that you have to network and talk to others
within that company.
You can't think that you're going to be able to get somewhere, man, and you're not discussing and talking with people.
Right. So the person that you look at on an average,
Mm-hmm.
you might say, "Oh, he's a brown noser. He's ass
It
kisser.
sucks.
He always talking to the
Man,
manager,
God.
always talking to the boss." But guess
Man.
what?
He's gonna.
They
be
are
the one-
noticed.
Yeah.
They're in the boss's
Yeah.
face. Anytime something comes up, the boss is gonna say,
He's gonna
"Hey,
think of that
go
mother.
ask
He's gonna
him.
think of him.
Go ask her."
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It sucks, man, because we don't want to be that, because I don't like being a brown noser. But you have to be that person to at least communicate with the bosses, or you're going to have issues moving up in life. You're not going to be able to get into the places that you want to get to. I know you don't want to work the same thing forever, right?
Right.
No one wants to be in the same place forever. You don't want to be you get hired at an intermediate level, 5 years go by and you still at the intermediate level. No one wants that. I know I don't. I can't handle it. The monotony would kill me. So my mission is always to keep moving.
Yeah.
Because if you're not moving, you're stagnant. And stagnation leads to depression. And that's how I think about things.
Going into that could also be a person who we look at who may job hop a lot.
Yeah.
You're a job hopper. You don't stay.
Oh,
at
that's
a
the
job.
millennials right now.
You don't stay at a job more than 2-3 years. But if you're at this company, you're at this job, and you went to school and you got a degree, and you're like, well,
yeah.
I know more than this. I need more than this, or I'm not being challenged enough.
Right.
Then yes, it may be your time to move on, or you need to figure out who in the company you need to talk to to get that additional challenge.
You have to always be pushing yourself. That's the one thing. I mean, you're in a position, you're in a good job, you're in a good place. You can't look and say, "Hey man, I'm here. This is where I'm at. I'm okay." I mean, sometimes, it's some people are okay with that.
Some people are.
But if you think that you deserve more, then you have to do more, unfortunately.
100%. I don't think any job can ever actually pay us what our time's actually worth.
That's real.
Hey, we're children of the Most High, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know how much time we got.
That's real.
We're paying an unknown source. We're giving that up per hour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need everybody to really look up how much housing, how much schooling, how much daycare and childcare has gone up. What else? How much? I mean, everything. Groceries. Yes, gas. How much that has gone up in the last 50 years, and how much income and how much your income has gone up in 50 years. And you got to say, hey, come on. Wait, hold on. Right. Wait, hold on. I think y'all missed one. Right? Because ultimately, the systems that we live in do not want to facilitate abundance in its people. That creates free thinkers, that creates critical thinkers, that creates freedom, which again, they don't want. We live in a slave system. I'm sorry. I'm ranting here, but ultimately we getting out of it by elevating our mind, like you're saying, pursuing and wanting more. Even just that. I mean, that's God right there. I mean, because it was this dissatisfaction that brought us everything in the world. We wanted more than just like a little candle. We got a light. We wanted to watch a big screen TV, not a little thing. We wanted to watch in color, not in just black and white. I mean, we've come a long way. Yep. So especially like you said, from the 90s, from the 80s, I mean, it's a whole different world, even in the 2000s now. And we only in the 2020. So it's about to really turn up on everybody. So
that's real. So let's ask you another question real fast. So how do you approach working with clients who may be resistant to change or hesitant to adapt new technologies?
Yeah, that's a good question. As far as if they're hesitant, I think the right thing is just to pick your battles, right? Because you're not going to teach. There's a saying, you don't teach old dogs new tricks. But if someone doesn't want to learn, someone doesn't want to try and figure it out. I mean, sometimes people are just scared to fail.
That's real.
And if they fail, they it's bad. It's bad news. But you can't get anywhere without failing.
Zone.
You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to jump out the plane, and be ready. So I mean, the best thing you can do, I feel like, or I'm talking from what I feel is the best. I think the best thing you could do is just to be empathetic, understand that change may take time, and that it doesn't have to be perfect. And then as long as we can move along in the right direction, because a lot of people going nowhere fast, right? If you go in the right direction, at least taking steps, hey, it may take a little bit longer for you, but you did it. You did it. And that's the whole thing. When you're talking about moving forward, it's all like, okay, I'm going to do this. It may be tough. It may be challenging. I might go through tough circumstances, but then I did it.
Right.
But then I did it.
And you feel accomplished.
Oh yeah.
When you do these things. And I talk to people all the time, man, about technology and being afraid of a technology. A lot of people are afraid of it, and they get intimidated by technology.
It is intimidating.
It can be.
It can be. It definitely can be. I can understand that.
But myself.
But it can also be frustrating too.
Oh, it can be frustrating, and it don't work. It don't work when you want it to work. Wait, hold on.
It's not going to work when you.
Yeah. That's the only time. Hey, that the third test? Okay, we ready to go. Yeah. Boom, it's off.
I mean, when you understand that these how things work, you don't really trip, man, because you understand that technology is something that you have to work on, just like anything else in the world. You're not going to perfect this in one sitting. You're going to go through problems. It's going to go through problems. Nothing is 100%. So you have to. That's why it's always going to be jobs, because you have to be able to figure out, how can I get this to get back to normal? What is it that's having the issues? What troubleshooting steps can I go through? And me being an engineer, we are very, very patient when it comes to these things. So normal person, that's why we have jobs. Normal person loses it.
Right.
And I'm frustrated. I can't.
I'm normal people.
Right. We understand.
I'm normal people.
You have to take these
Shout
steps.
out to the normal people.
Right.
They're loved and appreciated here too.
And we love them. And without you guys, we wouldn't have jobs.
Nah, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we exist, is because you don't have the patience to deal with this stuff. So we know, troubleshoot, take your steps. What was it? What could it be? Look at this. Do these certain steps. We know we're going to get back to the same point of what could it be? You know what I mean? And
how to best streamline that issue.
Right.
How can we make it easier to do this versus having to go through all these steps every single time?
I mean, it's like I say, man, there's no shortcuts in technology.
Yeah.
When you're gonna know your troubleshooting, you're gonna have to go through certain steps. Everybody, why I need to reboot my computer again? I don't have to reboot. Yes, you do. You have to reboot. The reboot is the number one troubleshooting step for any technology basis. That's number one, because we have to see what, if the reboot doesn't fix anything, we know, all right, that's not it. Then you go to step two. And that's all it's about, man. In life, it's the same way. You know what I mean? You take it step by step.
Yeah.
What are you learning? How are you getting to that point to figure out exactly what the problem is? And
right, being a problem solver in general is just one of the handiest tools you can have, especially when you're trying to make something happen in your life. And we're talking about technology as a whole, right? Isn't it funny that we can talk about technology as a whole, but there's cameras, there's softwares, there's digital wearable technology, there's all this kind of stuff coming down the pipe. There's the AI, generates stuff. I don't know if y'all seen. Have y'all seen Sora yet?
Definitely.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Hey, it's a wrap. I mean, hey, there's a way, I think, through the blockchain where it's like, okay, we can identify if this is AI created or not. Because if people don't know that and they don't know these troubleshooting steps, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. There has to be laws putting around it. You can't do it. Yeah, you can't use someone's likeness,
especially in politics,
stuff like
that.
It's gonna be a big thing in politics.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Did you see him hit that dog out of a stadium? It's like they tossed him. It's like, what?
They even
happened?
had
they make anything happen.
Anything.
They even had the issue with, it was some guy that recorded a phone call telling voters in, was it New Hampshire or something like that, one of them states.
Oh yeah.
To not vote, encouraging them to not vote, but he had his voice sound like he was Biden.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's another way, AI is going
AI
to.
is a problem.
It is a problem, and we're
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah.
We gotta have some laws.
Yeah, there's gonna be some laws. It's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out, because obviously we're not, we're too far. We're too far for like us to really know what's really going on over there. The people that are like in it, right? I even heard that we're at the point where there was an AI that they tested that was in the medical space. It tested it, and it, of course, had better diagnosis than humans, right?
Yeah.
But of course, right? But it also tested higher in empathy.
Wow.
Wait, what? Hey, and I understand you better than these humans. So that's good. And there's going to be, especially in the health world, because they have rare disease. There's going to be rare diseases that an AI is going to be like, oh, it's specifically for this type of thing, and that's going to be extremely beneficial. But it's all these other things that could potentially
all the time. They really do. Because
no, hold on.
There was this AI that came out where they're talking about the AI technology in healthcare, where it's now going to be able to assist the doctors with coming up with the diagnoses.
Yeah, in 2 years, it's going to be not malpractice.
Wow.
Just by you wearing a device, and it's going to be kind of similar to like the Apple's Watch, where it can tell your heartbeat.
Yeah.
All that, because they're integrating AI into all of the health apps that you have on your phone.
Everything.
So you can hold your finger like this to your phone, and it can tell you what your heartbeat is, your heart rate. It can tell you
those things
if you're getting enough sleep.
Right.
And that's a good one.
Yeah.
So
it saved lives.
It is, and it's going to,
and
it's gonna. They were using AI to diagnose tuberculosis patients.
Yeah, and what I'm going to that is that's going to be. I heard it's going to be malpractice, and now I'm thinking probably like in a year they don't consult with AI, because humans, there's actually, I think, a pretty high percentage of people dying just because the doctor gets it wrong, the diagnosis wrong. I think it's like 15, 20% or something, which is a pretty high number, just being like, oh, that's not what it is. But with AI, obviously, it's a lot more.
Yeah, it would be a lot more efficient.
Just like last week when we had Jasmine on last week, and she was talking about the misdiagnoses between PCOS and endometriosis.
Yeah.
So a lot of the symptoms are
the same,
similar, but it's depending on where and how it's affecting you.
Right.
Will give you the diagnosis.
Right.
So those are two very even though they're very similar diagnoses, they're very different.
Right.
But they both affect reproductive health care.
And I think, these things, I mean, AI will, as it learns, it won't be perfect at first. It's going to have to compile more and more data. And I wish people would lose the fears of AI, that don't worry about the Terminator stuff, because the only thing these things are is straight up, they're just search engines, man. You can't think of anything more than that because they can't
Oh,
learn anything more than what we teach them. They
Or what
can't
we're
just
feeding them.
what we're feeding,
exactly.
right? Yeah, good
So
point.
it's if the data that we put into the AI is not murder, kill, then it will never learn that. It's going to be about the people who, if the person builds an AI and it says, I want this AI to, that'd probably be the military that would do some stuff like that first.
Well, I mean,
but most people,
they probably already have it because they usually have majority of the technology before
we do.
before the public has
They
it
probably
anyway.
have something that something,
They had the internet before the public had it.
Yeah. Most
So
definitely.
I that's
Great
why I
point.
assume
Great
that.
point. Yeah, so
Hey.
I think ultimately it comes to what your frame of mind on this is going to be in the future. We're either heading for absolute destruction or we're heading towards semi-perfect utopia. Obviously, that's always been the case, but I think people can see it more now. It's like we're either all going to die or we're all going to and both are possibilities.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to put your money on it now. They probably like a 50-50 bet, but we ain't leaning one side or the other, but it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because like you said, there's a lot of factors that go along in it, and there's stuff that we don't know that's going to happen in the future that we just can't even account for now.
Started. I'm saying, think about it. Terminators.
Well, let me ask you: do you want
Decepticons? I got the iRobot.
Decepticons?
Ultron.
Oh my god, he's talking about Transformers.
But hey, no. Well, watch this. Hey,
What
watch
are you
this. Let
talking
me ask him
about?
something. So those are all movies, right?
Right.
Hey, what do they want to instill in movies?
Right.
Fear. Pandemonium.
Yep.
They want to definitely make you. And they
you
want you to
Back
think
the
it's true.
Future.
Yeah.
They use.
Have you seen the
part
movie
of it
Her?
Back to the Future.
Hey, have you seen the movie Her?
Yeah, I seen her.
Yes, it does.
Have you seen Her?
Yeah, I've seen
One
Her.
of the very few movies that uses AI in a positive light.
Yeah.
Very few movies that does
Yeah.
that. So if you haven't seen Her, definitely check it out because
That's
it'll definitely
for sure.
change your mind on it because there's different ways that this can play out and more beautiful ways.
He just fell in love with his AI.
Yeah.
But he just got mad when he found out that everybody else had her. He was
Yeah. Well, because the AI, it can go anywhere. It starts talking with ancient people and Alan Watts.
Wait, what?
It's with 1,000 people.
There's this game called Detroit Become Human, and it's literally about AIs developing feelings and all that. And they start to build a
how can we
against humans and everything?
How can we?
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know how we can give a AI empathy and sympathy. I don't know how we can do those things because information doesn't care. It just cares about the information.
Well,
it doesn't say
if the person creating the AI is feeding the AI.
How is it going to?
This is how I would feel.
But that's something we don't know. That's like
situation.
You talking about engineering stuff. We wouldn't know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it. We need some mothers.
Nobody knows.
We need some mothers.
Right.
Feeding the AI.
Yeah. You can't do that though.
It's gonna be mother.ai. Someone make that.
They're putting in this is what I would think, or this is what I would feel if I were in this situation. So whoever is creating or managing or feeding the AI,
right,
this is the information that they're going to give it. They're going to say, I would do this in this situation. I would say sorry. I would do this. I guess that's how the majority of the AI would see the empathy and sympathy.
So it's not as simplistic as because that's telling it how to behave. You want to give it basically rules,
right?
Rules of engagement,
right? And that's basically, I feel like that's how it's going to be. Like the AI is going to have their rules of engagement.
Yeah. So there was an AI that recently was used. I forgot exactly what the specific study that they were doing was, but basically the AI was it was talking to someone on a phone, and it was trying to. I think it was trying to get them to realize that they're not a human or realize that they're not a human. So the guy's like, hey, are you an AI? And then so the AI, they had it also at the same time while it's doing that, tell the people that are monitoring what it's thinking at the time.
Right.
So now, again, there's so many moving parts to this. It's going to get real crazy. I think we should just go along with the flow because we came here for a purpose and for a season. I think it's interesting that all this AI stuff is happening because God already knew it was going to happen. He was like, dang, wait till that ChatGPT drops. He's saying that in the 70s. He's like, man, they tripping out on cell phones.
They tripping out on this AOL dial-up.
AOL, yeah, the dial-up. They got the dial-up now. Wait till they see the future. So,
Yeah, man, I mean, it's so much more. I mean, I like ChatGPT a lot, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I use it for a lot of.
Can we get a clap it up for ChatGPT? I like ChatGPT.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
It does.
It's very helpful. It's your assistant, personal assistant. Shout out to the personal assistant.
It helps. It helps. But anyway, man, last question.
I should probably start using
Yeah, see, that's what they can't do. The kids, they can't
Yeah,
use
y'all
their
can't
homework.
do
Yeah,
that. You can't
like
do
Dude just
make
got
an
caught.
essay on Julius Caesar, and they get the
Yeah.
greatest essay.
Yep.
Boom,
Dude
make
just
it
got
600
caught.
characters.
What?
I'm not gonna try to admit something, but there was this test. I kind of didn't, you know what I mean? I wasn't prepared for it, and I took a picture. And they have this thing on Apple where you take a picture. When you take a picture, you can hold down the text and you can copy and paste it all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Beast mode right there. Yeah.
they got it for math class where you
gonna
could take a picture of the question and it'll
something.
show you how to do the answers.
Man,
so I
look.
mean, AI, believe it or not, has been around for a while.
If you are not taking advantage of the opportunities that are in your front of your face,
right,
then you're the idiot.
Well, hold on. So there's that graphic, right, where there's the early adopters, the people that come in, like when you regularly get it, and then like the laggards, and I forgot all the direct terminology. Right. So everything goes like that. Like I said, we're at the very beginning of AI. Some people, haven't even used it yet, and we're still at that point in history. Then there's going to be a point where it's all like, because like I think there's like a stat that says like 30% of the world, it might be more than that, don't have access to the internet or never have used the internet, never used it, which is crazy for us. We're talking about being on the internet and getting AI. Right. They haven't used it.
But you also got to think that
they haven't used Google.
Right.
That percentage of the population that have not used the internet or don't have access, they're rural areas. Mostly. They're areas where internet really the companies
they don't exist. The companies
out there who are running the internet, like we have.
They haven't dropped the
lines. Got Cox.
They haven't done that, right?
Comcast or whoever is servicing the internet.
The infrastructure hasn't been built.
It hasn't been built in those areas,
and that's tough
to get it to those people. So once those parts of the world gets that infrastructure, it's gonna be over.
It'll catch them up. But it's a hard situation because you have so many places that doesn't have the access, and that's what keep them behind. And they can't catch up to what we're doing
without the infrastructure.
If
they can't send an email, that's a wrap. Well, they send.
It's tough. It's tough.
They ain't sending emails.
All right, man. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back with Habari Weekly. forgetting. It's my bad. Welcome back. Run the weekly.
This week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by
no one right now. Let's get us some sponsors, man. Hit us up. info@habarientertainment.com. If you need any sponsorship opportunities, we do have our packages that we can get over to you and let you know exactly how you can get further reach with your company and get a bigger audience to your companies. Also, man, this week we have a lot of stuff going on. Well, we had the Biden's State of the Union address. We have in Israel they're talking peace talks. A lot of people are talking peace talks, but Israel for some reason is not. We've also had what else happened this week, man? Oh, we had Tori, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, man. He passed away, man. That's very sad to hear, man. He was he's a lot of people cared about Dragon Ball, and not me myself, man. I love Dragon Ball, man. It's a great cartoon, and it was a great show. I've lived every part of it, man. And a lot of people who love the manga and love the show are very sad this week with the losing of I think it's Toriyama.
Yeah, Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, and he's he was a great man. He's a legend.
Yep.
And he'll go down in history as one of the great storytellers because Dragon Ball was so far ahead of everything that was going on in America, man. I'm old enough to remember, when Dragon Ball came out in '85, America didn't get the chance to see it. We were still watching G.I. Joe and Wack He-Man and the Transformers while they were getting something as awesome as DragonAll. Believe that. That is crazy. It came out in
'85.
Yes. Yeah. That's how far ahead he was of what everybody in America was doing.
He debuted his manga when he first came out. It was in 1978.
Wow.
His first show that made him big came out in 1980.
Wow.
And then he come back with us with Dragon Ball in 85.
Wow.
I mean, he's a legend, man. And,
he was 68 years old?
Yeah, 68.
Brain aneurysm?
Yeah, he had a blood clot in his brain.
Oh, interesting. He may have, I wonder if he hit his head. I know.
I'm not sure on all that, but I just it's just from Dragon
greatest,
Ball.
One of the greatest twist and storytelling when he creates Dragon Ball. This kid, he has some powers and he seems like super powerful, but then you get Dragon Ball Z and now he's a Saiyan,
right?
And then he goes Super Saiyan. Oh shoot! Now there's Super Saiyan 2. Oh my God, his son. Man. Oh my God, Super Saiyan 3. Man. It's crazy. There was no Saiyans in Dragon Ball, and the fact that he decided, what this show needs? He's an alien from outer space. All right. Boom.
He just took it to another level.
Yeah, he took it to a whole nother level.
He had levels to that stuff, man. And to go back and watch Dragon Ball Z is one of the amazing cartoons that you've ever watched.
Yep.
And the Dragon Ball Super was great.
It shaped the culture at the time.
It really did.
It shaped an entire culture for probably 5 to 10 years.
And a lot of these kids grew up watching this.
Yep.
And people in their 30s right now, they're really sad because they grew up watching all this. And
all of Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
that was your boy.
And
the time I was a little kid, you just whacked.
I've never seen it.
You never seen what?
Tell him to get out. Tell him to go watch it right now.
To get beat up, dog.
I've never seen.
Is there something we can press to? Yeah.
The thing I've been meaning to around anime and all that.
Can we put him in the corner or something?
Man.
Right.
I've been meaning to. People have been like, "Oh, you should watch this."
That's whack, man. But anyway,
I did watch Spider-Man 3 last night. And
there's a Dragon Ball Z abridged.
I'm gonna say this something real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was because I see his face. So last night I watched Spider-Man 3, right? And I'm just now realizing how some of this stuff don't make sense in that movie. At all.
That whole movie was just terrible.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It was too much going on, man.
Yeah, there was like.
It was bad.
If you don't got time to watch all of Dragon Ball, because it does kind of drag on a little bit, you can watch Dragon Ball Z abridged on YouTube, and it's a funnier version of it, which is actually kind of funny. But it helps if you know the original stuff, and it's good to watch the original as well.
Catch up, bro. Catch up. Catch them all.
I can't watch like how many seasons are there? Like 65 or something like that?
Nah, it's not that. It's not that bad.
Look it up. I'm not sure.
And if you watch Dragon Ball Super, it's that's the one that cuts it all down, right? And
no, Dragon Ball Z Kai. Yeah, you're right.
Kai.
No, you're right.
Kai,
Yeah, you're right.
You
I forgot
watch
about
Kai.
that. Yeah, you can watch Kai.
And it's easier to follow than watching the originals because it's a lot of filler in the originals, and that cuts out a lot of the filler that was in the
It
the
does.
originals.
Or just stuff dragging on for a little bit longer than our attention span.
Oh,
Well, this is back in
see.
the day.
No, man, it's not that bad, man. You would
No,
love
it's
it,
all
man.
good.
It's good.
Everybody hasn't seen pivotal pieces of media.
Mm-hmm. These young kids, man, they suck, man. They don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? They so used to instant gratification. They don't have to.
Oh, let's
we
talk
have to-
about them. Yeah,
we have to wait a week to watch the new episode. You know what I'm saying? We have to suffer.
yeah. We had to wait a week.
Right.
2 weeks.
Right.
Next season.
Don't get mad at us because technology is kind of better now.
Right.
No. Hey, watch this. Hey, we got him. We got him. Keep
Right.
that same energy with AI. He's all like, nah, it ain't good.
Hey, wait. I draw the line at like you were saying robot doctors.
Whatever.
Oh,
Robot doctors,
Cool,
man.
Netflix,
Hey,
though.
You know what?
Netflix.
Robot doctors.
That's a good television show. Hey, you might need to pitch that.
But they actually, how many? I can guarantee you, at least somebody in this room
mhm.
has used a robot doctor.
Yeah, man.
Whether it be a form of teledoc where you call the doctor, you be like, hey, and you talk to him on the phone and be like, I'm having this. and
Where
this,
you going?
this is
Stop
going
walking
on.
in front of the camera,
And
please.
the doctor says, well,
Okay.
here, go to this facility. I'm gonna write you this referral. I need you to go get some imaging, and you could just call your insurance company and say, hey, I need to go get some imaging. My doctor referred me. Where can I go? That's in my network. And your network can say, oh, go here. You just did a whole doctor's visit and
Right.
got your referral, and your in-network told you where to go,
Right.
all in the span of a
Hey,
30-minute visit.
Hey, definitely.
Right.
It's definitely moving us forward.
And with
Yeah,
COVID,
I'm
that's when a
not-
lot of us started using teledoc. That's when
Yeah.
Medicare and Medicaid started covering these types of visits for you to be able to
Mm.
use robot doctors and televisits and
The
stuff
robot
like that.
doctors.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
I like how that
mean,
sounds. That's
There's
funny.
like self-driving cars and everything. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, the self-driving little things.
So
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
those are
man.
Jaguars. I don't know if y'all seen those cars, which is
No.
random. I don't know why they
I
put
see it,
Prius.
like I think they're Ubers too. Like
Yeah.
there's like self-driving Ubers.
Self-driving Ubers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
are.
haven't seen those. I've seen those. I don't know if it's like for
Talking about the
Google
Waymo.
Maps.
yeah,
Waymo?
they got Waymo,
Waymo.
but they do also
I
have
see
the
them a lot
the
different, like,
autonomous
near ASU and all that.
the autonomous taxis now and the autonomous
Yeah, I don't like that
Ubers.
because they get the police involved and be like, "Oh, this person got a parking ticket. Bring them to the station real quick."
Right.
Hey, they don't got no choice. Come on.
Take you straight
Come
through,
on.
you can't get out. But all right,
Hey, yeah,
man.
who do you run? If you run a red light?
Oh, they taking you right away.
Y'all seen the show where they used to where the cop show used to they used to hack the cars and make the cars stop driving.
Oh yeah, the hacking or
Mhm.
the people they would set up the car and
Set
they
up
would
the
go
car.
up there and try to steal it and
Yup.
then yeah, man, they had a house in San Francisco that they're setting up like that.
Smart houses.
Smart house that they're setting up to catch thieves. So if
Look.
you break in the house, it comes and
You
the stuff that you remove,
Nah, you ain't gonna
it
remember.
has a GPS on it to catch your ass.
Could you
to
imagine
take
if you're
straight
trying to
it.
rob somebody and all the house just had shutters and doom.
Y'all remember? Y'all probably Jimmy, you probably a little bit too young to remember, but it was a It was a Disney show, a Disney movie called Smart House.
No.
Yeah.
I think.
And,
I'm saying I don't
everything you're talking about what the house is doing, or the houses has capability
I
of
think I do know
you
what you're talking
shutting the
about.
shutters, and it's got a virtual AI where it comes in and talks
Yeah.
to you.
I think
That's
so.
this show called. If you watched it back in the day, it was like in the 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah.
Called Smart
There's
House.
a lot of different random shows that are.
But this was a movie back in the day.
Movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart House.
It was a movie, a Disney
it
movie.
was a
Right,
movie.
Yep.
And the house did exactly that. The house was like, "Oh, we're smart and thank you." And it could tell that
I
the
feel like
little
Pee
boy
Wee
is
Herman's
having a
house.
hard time making friends.
Right.
So the house decided to, we're just gonna throw a house party and invite all the kids from the school, and
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
it
think
did
I know
all
what you're talking
types
about,
stuff for these kids, made
Very
food,
interesting.
everything. And I
But
was
that's
just
dope.
like,
I ain't gonna lie. You seen Spy Kids?
yeah.
They were talking about
yeah. Oh, you gotta clap, Andy. You want one?
It's a but they were talking about
That was when I was a kid, though. That's when those movies came out.
the instant things they put in the microwave. And
Yeah.
close it,
Okay.
and it would like open it up. It would be like a little card. You put a card in the microwave.
That's called an MRE.
I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
The little
No, but you put it was like a yellow and red card, and you put it in the
and
a
you would put it
microwave.
in the microwave, and the microwave would heat it up, and it would
It'll
just
turn to like a
magically
Big Mac meal.
I guess they
appear
got
to
that
the
from the Jetsons.
yeah.
And
It's all the stuff
Back to
that
the
we used
Future.
to watch as kids is now coming back to.
that was in Back to the Future too.
Yeah. That's
It
all.
was like the little pizza.
That's
and
all
they'll
that.
put it in
That's
the-
all
Okay.
the Jetsons shit. But anyway, let's go to this takeaways from Biden's State of the Union address, man. We got Biden delivered his final State of the Union before the 2024 election on Thursday evening. President Joe Biden delivered a raucous third State of the Union address, one that could be among the most important speeches he gives during his presidency as he turns towards re-election. His list of objectives was long, tout his accomplishment in office, look ahead to the second term agenda, uh, allay concerns about his age and fitness, and provide a contrast with Republicans, including his rival, Mr. Trump. The result was a fiery speech that bore little resemblance to the State of the Union past intent on displaying his energy and eager to engage with Republicans. They were acting like clowns. I couldn't believe that they was yelling and screaming during this man's
Yeah, I
meeting
couldn't
the whole
either.
time, man. I thought it was someone else. Maybe it was a crowd, but it was actually senators and congressmen that's been voted in that was out there yelling and screaming like little kids. I couldn't believe it, man, how they were acting, man. Um, it definitely was a starkly political speech that his aides hope can ease Democratic jitters about his political prospects, because a lot of people are not feeling good about his age and they think he's looking bad because he's walking around looking all old. But the same thing I say all the time, man, is Trump is like 4 years younger than him. So I'm not really hearing the age thing when y'all have a dude that's 77 and I think he's 81. I
Right.
don't I just I'm not with it. But Biden did take on Trump. He uttered his predecessor's name during his remarks, but there was little question that Trump was at the center of the State of the Union, making Thursday's speech particularly tinge yearly addressed. It was reflective of extraordinary political moments Biden find himself in, where the politic norms of the past decades, one Biden has openly pinned for, have been largely swept aside. But I thought that, like I said, I thought he did a decent job, man. He brought up some different things. He did bring good energy. He did make a strong case for leadership abroad and what they're doing over there to try to get some to aid to the Gaza, to the people on the Gaza Strip. They're out there struggling. They are talking about building a bridge to try to get more aid to the people over there in Gaza. They need to try to get the Israelis to the forefront and try to talk about some ceasefires, but we can't make these people ceasefire, man. So hopefully they can figure out a way to get them to the table, man. These people, they're very wrong on how they're approaching this, man. I understand that y'all were attacked, but it feels like you just trying to wipe these people off the whole map.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that doesn't seem fair. But the president makes a strong case for the leadership abroad. He also talk about take shot at reshaping and resetting the 2024 narrative. The narrative has been pretty much that Biden is old. He's trying to get that reset. So I it's going to be tough, man. I don't, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, everybody has their own opinion, but I thought the last 4 years has been quiet, chill, and not as raucous as the 4 years before, which was insane.
Certainly among the people.
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
world, it was actually a lot more wars, a lot more things
now
going on.
definitely,
Yeah,
but
unfortunately.
COVID had a big part of that.
It did.
Keep shutting the world down. I mean, you got to think about it's 4 years ago that this started, that the COVID stuff really started, and we started to go back home, and everybody started to go into the house. It's been 4 years. It's crazy, man. But that pretty much shaped his presidency, Trump. and he did a bad job of confronting COVID, making us understand what was going on with COVID. He delved into the lies. He delved into the different um, conspiracy theories that was going around, and I just think that he just did a bad job on COVID all the way around. But bringing up Trump, man, next story we got here. Trump is ordered to pay legal fees after failed lawsuit over the Steele dossier. This dude is, he has a lot of things going on. He still has a 350 million that he has hovering over his head right now. He's trying to appeal. He's lost pretty much all these cases. I think it's only been like one case he has done okay. They got the Fannie Willis case there in Georgia that they still fighting because she was sleeping with one of the prosecutors. But it's still not looking good for him in that case. But the president, Donald Trump, has been ordered to pay six-figure legal bill to a company founded by a former British spy that he unsuccessfully sued for making what his lawyer called shocking and scandalous false claims that harmed his reputation. You remember the Steele dossier came out saying that Trump was getting peed on by hookers in a hotel room. They supposedly had video of this, and the Steele dossier
supposedly.
Was supposedly.
Okay, well let's so that's not out.
I think it was.
You think? Hey, pull it up. Hey, somebody pull it up and put it in the chat.
I think it was.
We got to see that.
We don't want to pull it up.
Yeah, we ain't pulling that up now. Hey, what a claim. Hey, isn't it crazy how these political leaders be getting down, right? Man. Hey, obviously we well past this because this guy's dead. Jeffrey Epstein is obviously was had his own island, was doing some crazy stuff, right? Didn't we have a Netflix documentary on that? We didn't get too much of that list, right? Hey,
well,
not everybody was on that list.
Trump was on the list too.
No, Trump wasn't. No,
Trump was on that list.
Trump was on that list.
He wasn't on the list.
He was pictured with
he was
Epstein.
pictured with them, but he wasn't on the list of the flight logs.
How was he pictured with this dude all the time?
Because Epstein was up there, obviously in the upper echelon. That's why he has so much notoriety. But obviously he's was connected with them. But we're talking specifically about heading to that island because that island was where things were really going down.
Well, I mean, the thing is that it's still a lot of speculation because we don't know for sure what was going down. And
all this stuff is extremely speculative.
If these people were going to this island to do these
wine and dine or to do crimes against humanity.
Sure. The police have not taken it any further for any other people to be getting prosecuted for what happened there.
Yeah, there's a quote. There's
Epstein and his wife.
Yeah, there's a quote by somebody. I forgot what it was, but it's basically the reason why society's messed up is that politicians don't get the same punishment that regular people do.
Well, it's been like that forever, man.
It's been like that forever. So we have to really take a very strong look on who it is that is really being the people that is not only shaping the narrative, but it's also being the ruling party in the country.
Yeah, man.
He owned the whole island, which was in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, I mean, like
wasn't so virgin. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Virgin Islands wasn't virgin.
A London judge who threw out the case against Orbis Business Intelligence, I guess it's the name of the company, last month, saying it was bound to fail, ordered Trump to pay legal fees of £300,000, $382,000 in American dollars. According to court documents released Thursday, Orbis was founded by Christopher Steele, who once ran the Russia desk for Britain's Secret Intelligence Service, also known as MI6. The British court case was one of few in which Trump was almost sure to win the Republican presidential nomination, was not a defendant, or he faces massive legal problems back home. Yeah, man, it's been tough for him, a tough sledding this year, man, because they're trying to bring down the hammer on him for all the things that he had going on.
Yeah, they're definitely trying.
They're definitely trying, man. I mean, the money that they've ordered him to pay, he just posted bond on the 90. What was it, 90,000?
Yeah, he posted a 91.63 $1 million bond as he appeals the judgment against him in the E. Jean Carroll defamation case.
Like, we gotta raise this up. How is he still making bond with this?
Man,
We gotta turn it up on him.
dude
Right.
is he has a lot of people that's helping him. So
They said that the notice of Trump's bond and appeal was made with the federal court in New York on Friday. In January, the federal judge awarded Carroll $83.3 million in damages as a result of Trump's defamatory statements denying he raped her, saying she wasn't his type, and accusing her of making up the allegation to boost sales in her book.
Yeah.
That one's tough, man.
Yeah, it's real tough nowadays,
Yeah.
especially because anytime you get hit with any kind of accusation now unfortunately you're guilty until proven innocent.
That's real.
Obviously, there was the Andrew Tate case where he was able to get thrown into a Romanian jail for I think it was over a year with no charges against him. So now you can actually be put in jail without the charges being actually solidified in the court of law. So we're living in a very interesting time, and we do need some change.
It's tough, man, because a lot of situations, man, these police officers, detectives, police stations, they overlook a lot of the rapes that happen.
But then
and
again,
they toss them to the side.
Not
They
even
don't give
that. They
them-
don't have enough resources to
that's
test
not- no.
every
But
single
you're not
sample that
hearing
comes
what I'm
in.
saying, man. It's came up a million times that these officers have thrown things to the side.
Yeah,
They've
they
thrown
do throw
evidence
stuff
to the side.
They do,
because they don't care about
I'm not
rape
gonna
cases.
say that they don't.
But the thing is that we over exaggerate, and then now because these police officers do a bad job of these, now we're saying cases for 20 years, we can put you in jail for that.
Right.
And that's tough. These people, they don't do what needs to be done in the first place. They sweep it under the rug, everything sweep, and then 20 years later, people are coming out talking about accusations when it's no way you can disprove or prove that in the 20-year basis.
But I mean, in E.G. and Carroll's case, she kind of proved it a little bit. She got awarded money.
She was awarded the money. The judges. I don't know if I agree.
But
Yeah,
she's not gonna-
awarding money doesn't necessarily prove anything, but we gotta get this as low maintenance as possible.
Right.
I'd rather just give you the money. I'm trying to get out of here.
She can't get any of the money until after the appeal.
Yeah.
So
But
the
but
whole
she got
time that Trump, since he sent this bond in this appeal, she can't get any money. She
No.
can't
She can't
collect.
get it.
She can't
No,
collect
she can't
anything.
collect nothing, right?
And here's the kicker: the insurance company Chubb,
Okay.
they are the one that underwrote the bond for Trump.
Right.
Underwrote the bond. Okay.
They underwrote their bond. They underwrote the bond for him, and he just signed it on Tuesday. And under the terms of the bond, Chubb will only secure the appeal of $83.3 million judgment,
Right.
and not any future appeals.
Okay.
So the bond size is greater than the judgment because the district court generally requires a party to post 110% of the bond.
Right.
So that's why he posted 91.63 million. It's because he had to post that
10%.
additional 10%.
Right.
Interesting.
It's, man, he like I said, man, I don't know how he's going to run this year with all these legal issues he has going
Yeah,
on.
he has a lot of legal issues.
I mean,
Yeah, they're trying to bury him.
Yeah, man, they are. But he did a lot of crap.
Yeah, so he did.
And it's I'm not saying that he's 100% guilty on all of them.
But-
Right.
But
Out of everything he's done his entire career,
yeah,
being the
the real estate
racist
fraud
and-
is the big one.
Right.
What was it?
The
Real estate fraud.
That's
Real
the
estate
big
fraud?
one. Saying that your properties are worth more
More
than
than
they
they
Everybody does.
actually
Yeah,
are.
but Kevin O'Leary came out and says literally everybody. I mean, wouldn't you say, hey, just so you know, the bank, just so you know, this is actually a 600,000.
Usually you go by the
you can go by
the comps
the
in the
comps in the
area.
area.
Yeah, but
He's saying that
you boost them up. It's
Yeah.
not like he's the only one that does that. As I'm just saying, but you
Yeah,
got to make
he is.
a lot
but
of people
it's
make
the
an
amount
example.
that it's the
Yeah.
amount
Yeah,
of
you can make an example out of this
exaggeration
guy.
And they
that
was-
he's using.
What
they
about
was saying it was
2008 when all these places were?
egregious.
What about 2008 when all these things were when they were writing up all these escrows for people that weren't doing it? I know people got out of. I know people's dads that got out of real estate at that time because
Man.
it's like, well, that's what
It was a
everybody's
bad
doing.
time, man.
That's where everybody's doing. So
Yeah.
Right.
especially in real estate, those kind of things.
Right.
Hey,
But at the same time, you can't say a property that's only worth $27 million.
Mhm.
You can't erroneously say that property is worth $600 million. That's just way too much.
oh, he said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
yeah.
pretty.
20,
it was bad.
27 to 600 mil.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't know the numbers.
The appraisers praised it at I think it was 27 million.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he went and his paperwork said it was worth $600 million.
Oh, that's what it was.
So I
That's a
mean,
lot.
that is a very big jump.
Hey, it's like this is
Right.
an appreciating asset, y'all.
Right.
Hey, I'm talking about in 10 years. Oh, you meant right now? Oh no, it's appraised at 27.
Right.
Oh, I thought you meant like 10 years.
You
my
can't do
fault.
that
Right.
though.
My
But
fault.
You can't do that.
If
My
you would have
fault.
missed by like 5 million, 10
You
million,
could have said, okay,
Nah, G, hey, that this is the same guy who didn't pay the taxes, right? There's
but this
things
is
that
the
you could
same
try.
guy that didn't want black people in his properties either.
yeah.
Oh, well, this is the same people that gave HBCs the highest amount that they ever been awarded when they kept begging for money every single presidential campaign.
He did do
Hey,
that.
we need this money.
Right.
And then he was like, hey, y'all asking for too little. Let me set y'all up so y'all don't have to come back, and gave him like 200 and some million.
He
I
did
was
do
all,
that.
hey, let me do the platinum plan, which was going to give black business owners $500 million over the course of his next presidential campaign.
Right.
So Trump obviously has been he's been up, he's been down, he's been left, he's been right. And I'm not saying he's right or wrong with all these things, because there's a lot of corruption that obviously is going on at those highest of levels. I think we all can agree on that. We know we know we don't see the full picture. So for us, we're just speaking on it. We're having some fun. But at the end of the day, it's all speculating, because we ain't there. We don't even know these people to be real.
I mean, only thing we can do is report
The information that we have
Correct.
available.
Right.
So we can speculate and say that other things are happening, but the only thing that we can say is what for sure is being written and someone else has reported and what they've let us know about.
Yep.
But let's go on to this one. We got Oregon governor to sign bill recriminalizing drug use, because they decriminalized it a few years ago. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek on Friday vowed to sign into law a bill that recriminalizing drug use more than 3 years after voters approved the most liberal drug law in the country, one that decriminalized the possession of small amounts of drugs. She said, I intend to sign House Bill 4002 and the related prevention and treatment investments within the next 30 days, Kotek, a Democrat, said in a statement. The reversal, which can impose a misdemeanor sentence of 180 days for drug possession, has an acknowledgement that measures 110 approved by voters in November 2020 failed in its approach to treat addiction as a public health matter, not a crime.
So this means by them recriminalizing it, that this state should be leading by example,
right,
by having additional facilities.
But they didn't do that.
For drug users to come in and get their drugs.
But they didn't do
properly.
That. They didn't do that.
You
They
know
didn't do
what
a
it
good
is?
job. They didn't do a good job of placing these of building these places
Facilities
that were needed. They didn't do
that
a
were
good
needed.
job. They didn't just do a good job.
So now they have to go back and say, "Oh, my bad, we funked up."
Criminalize it again and throw people back in.
Go. That's how you make the money, y'all. You get jail these for-profit prisons.
Right. So it's tough, bro.
And then pay them like pennies on a dollar just for them to work.
We talk about
for their job.
We got free work,
programs.
y'all.
We talk about drugs as a health issue, but we still want to treat it as a criminal issue.
Right.
I don't, me myself, man.
Great point.
I think that we can't ignore that it's a health problem.
It is.
I know we did it in a terrible job in the 90s when it came to crack. We didn't do nothing but throw everybody in jail that was black. And
but that was the government fault because they gave us to us.
Dude, I talk about that all the time back in the day.
But the government didn't make us do it.
People, you gotta to living in those neighborhoods back in the day. It was terrible. And Ronald Reagan, they the ones that put the crack in the neighborhoods. But Bill Clinton is the one who put the astronomical sentences on people.
Yep.
So it's not, you can always say parties this,
out.
party that. It's messed up all the way around.
All the way around.
So they didn't do a good job.
But we also asked for it too as a people.
Yeah, we did.
Why?
Because
How?
our neighborhoods,
How do
our
we ask
neighborhoods were
Our
terrible.
neighborhood.
How do we?
So our leaders were asking for stronger
Support.
sentences for people who are doing these crimes in the neighborhood. So I mean, it was
And our people,
Bill
we went out
Clinton-
and voted.
Bill Clinton listened to them,
Right.
and that was wrong. They shouldn't have put stronger sentences. They should have put more health care. They should have put more health advisories,
more
to
mental
help people.
health care,
more things, right?
More drug assistance programs,
Exactly.
or facilities that are like your methadone clinics. They
Right.
should have gave you more of those. They
So
should have put
now,
more resources into Research.
They know that now, and they're
Right.
trying to do this. The what is this? What do they call this? What is it? The drug that they're doing? Heroin, methamphetamine, fentanyl. This they're trying to
the
treat this
opioids that were used
opioids. They're trying to treat this a little
as
different than they did the
80s
crack.
and 90s, right?
You know, so they're putting in things to try to help the person. They're trying to not just put everybody in jail for these situations. I mean, I'm not going to say it's all about race, but I am going to say that, you know, it's better this way. And they may have took a little while, and we might have got bent over for it, because I know many of people that went to jail for crack.
I do too.
And had to spend 30 years in jail.
I do too.
You know, so I mean,
and I can almost guarantee that everybody knows somebody.
Not everybody, but most Black people do. That
have
to
either
pay the price for
to pay the price
for the crack epidemic,
or they know someone that may be a friend or a family member that have been.
But this is worse, man.
It is,
because the overdoses are terrible. Crack didn't see that. Crack saw more of the gang violence of people fighting over the territories for to sell the product.
Right.
Right now,
yeah, the
people using the product.
Right. The death you're seeing with fentanyl is crazy, especially compared to crack. I mean,
exactly.
these crackheads are dying from the fentanyl. That's impossible. We thought crackheads were invincible up until a certain point. They could run through walls.
Right now, we got Oregon's drug overdose death, which has increased by a third from 2019 to 2020, rose another 44% in 2021.
You know, it's a complex issue because, you know, it is the health thing. It is, we have to learn, you know, how to best balance this, because there are some criminal people involved, but there are some people that are just mentally unhealthy.
Correct.
And need to not do that so often and be reliant and all this kind of different stuff. But, you know, I think as a society, we have to always look at what the most optimal future would be, right? And start talking in our language to be from there and look back, right? Because obviously in the moment we have to build. Right. We have to build the infrastructure. We have to build the game plan. And then, you know, there's going to be the times where we learn as we go as well.
But we also shouldn't have gotten rid of those types of facilities.
The mental
health facilities.
They got rid of them?
We shouldn't have gotten rid of them. I mean, I understand that they were closed. I understand the reason why they closed them, and understand because we weren't taking care of people
wasn't doing
properly.
a good job.
We weren't.
They were throwing people on top of people.
Throwing people on top of people. Right. That is understandable. However, to just altogether just get rid of them, that was wrong.
A mistake.
That was a mistake.
It was.
They should have improved. They should have gave more funding. They should have figured out, how can we improve this part of the industry?
What it needed was an outside entity that came into the
and
places
audited
and made sure that these facilities were keeping it up.
It's just like when you go to your regular doctor's office. Your doctor's office has an independent facility or independent contractor that comes in and audits the office to make sure that all of their claims are being submitted correctly and the doctor is being paid.
This brings us to a bigger issue then. Do you think America cares about your health?
No.
So what makes you think they don't care about the people that are...
Because of the amount that we pay for health care, we don't care for ourselves.
Well, watch this. But if we don't really care about our citizens' health, and then we have these people that are actually mentally unhealthy, they're going to get the bottom of the barrel if they don't care.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because look at it. Like we were talking about earlier this morning. Like I made a statement that we have all these mass shootings.
Right.
And we have all these excuses, and majority of the excuses that when you see a mass shooting occur, it's, oh, he had mental issues. He had mental health issues. It's always going back to that person had a mental health issue, right?
100%.
So why aren't we placing more funding to mental health?
That's just a scapegoat.
Great question.
It's a scapegoat.
Why aren't we placing
It's a great question.
more rules and regulations around?
It's a scapegoat.
Exactly.
They don't really want to. They don't
want to put the funding towards healthcare.
No,
they don't want to put the funding towards.
Hey, we got a lot of money going out. We got to send hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. Hey, we got other priorities besides our American safety.
Let me ask you this: Do you think
we got other priorities right now? What y'all talking about? Infrastructure in America?
Right.
Why?
But do you think Canada is paying?
Canada pays more tax to have a little bit different, to have a different medical system. And you know,
why
America,
we can't have that same tax system?
Yeah, great question. We don't want to be taxed. Taxation is another issue we can get out of. I'm gonna
tell you like this: I would rather have.
Well, watch this. I'll tell you this. Watch
my
this.
taxes come out for my health care.
I know you.
Than me pay out of pocket for it.
Watch this. That's fine, and that's fine. Watch, but How are they doing with the tax dollars right now?
Right.
You act like if we were to give them more and be like, this is what it's for, that they would actually do that and be good.
They wouldn't.
This was an
Because
ideal. So this is an ideal, though.
Some people
Mhm.
don't care about healthcare at all.
Right.
Because to them, it's a privilege, not a right.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think it's a right.
It is a right.
I think so too.
It is
Yeah, we
not
live
a
in the
privilege.
21st century. We
That's
can make
the
it a right.
problem.
Healthcare is a right,
It should be.
not a privilege.
Correct.
Because there's no way in God's know what
But you guys
That-
are missing one thing though.
we should be paying more for healthcare than
Right.
any other country
But
that's
Yeah,
not a
It's
first world
not the
country.
government's fault
Right.
that healthcare is privately ran. We the
No,
people have
it is not.
decided that. We want it to be a private entity. We want to make money off of it.
Good point.
And that is the reason why it is the way it is.
Yeah.
Other people realize that this is something that should not be ran by private entities.
Right.
This
But-
should not be something that somebody could be selfishly saying, hey, I need more money for my business.
So I'm going to
could do
raise this
more
up
well."
and the price of insulin go crazy.
Exactly. And we have these people who are they're private enterprises.
Exactly. And that's why we
running
have
this stuff.
people who are, coming out more and more who are
Everything
advocating
can be
against
capitalist.
So this is I'm
or
not sure.
advocating for transparency and pricing for
right.
healthcare.
And I'm not sure if this is in Europe, but there's definitely a big place where I think it's Europe.
Mhm.
You guys could double check it. So in America, the doctors get paid when you're sick.
Right.
There, they get paid when you're not sick.
Right.
As you should. That's your
Yeah.
job. That's your
Yeah.
job. No,
Because,
imagine that. Imagine that.
Because the
For
doctor
real.
is trying to figure out how to prevent
Mhm.
you from having this illness.
Right.
American doctors are trying to band-aid
Yeah.
your illness.
Yeah. But how can they make money if you don't come
Prescriptions.
back?
Prescriptions.
You know, that's
Hey, we
what
talking
they
about
are.
prescriptions. That's the best one. Hey, let me tell you who
'Cause
got
that's
the
where
best
doctors
one.
makes the most money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and they could be like, you know what? There's this new ivermectin, nistamistin.
Oh, we
And
got
then-
the perfect example for you, bro.
Okay, yeah, no, give me some real words. to say.
Wegovy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And people
well,
going to
The weight loss
doctors,
drug.
right,
It's
a
saying
weight
they
loss
need it.
drug?
Yeah.
It is not a weight loss drug,
Yes. Oh, what is
but
it?
it is. Most people are taking it as a weight loss drug because it is helping them lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
But Wegovy is not a weight loss drug. It is supposed to be a drug to help you with like diabetes and things like that.
Okay.
Right.
But when they give you a diabetic drug,
Okay.
Mhm.
one of the side effects is may lose weight.
Right.
So people are hanging on to those very small, that small fine print. May lose weight.
Okay.
It's saying, Doc, I need this medicine to help me lose weight.
But that's the problem. That's
Wow.
That's what happens when you put these medicines on commercials, and you
We're
get-
commercializing our
I believe we
healthcare.
are one of the only
Right.
countries to do
Yeah,
That
that.
the only
we're
country
the
that does
only
that.
country that commercializes our
Why is
medication.
that? Hey, ask the question. Hey,
It's capitalism.
put it in the
Capitalism.
chat. Why is
Yeah,
that?
capitalism? We making money. Got to make money. Money is first. Business is first in America.
So
man.
yeah, so the interesting thing is, why is our health system, if you were to ask yourself, what do they care more about, the people's health or money?
Mhm.
What's the answer?
Money.
That's
There's no
not the
question.
answer we want, ladies and gentlemen. hey, that should not be of course the money. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
man.
guess there would be no profit in us actually getting healthy. You know, and why do we have things set up this way? Again, it was all set up for a purpose and a reason.
Mhm.
But I believe it's also for a season. We're moving out of that though. So now we're having these conversations. This wasn't
Yeah.
happening
But
back
let
in
me
the
ask
80s.
you this. If you lived across the street from, for example,
Yeah.
Mhm.
St. John's. St. John's charged $350 just for you to go get an MRI
But you're
on
not
your
gonna
broken
But
knee.
you don't even know that though.
Hold on, wait. St. John, some hospitals, like St. John's, may post their pricing
Right.
online.
Exactly.
So you can go to their website and say, I need an MRI, I need it on my knee, and I need it on my left knee.
Kind of see what
Oh,
you're gonna
okay.
play.
So you can kind of see an estimate
Oh,
of
okay.
what you're going to pay.
But most
right?
hospitals don't do that.
But if you go over here to Barnes Jewish,
Right.
Barnes Jewish,
They don't.
they're
show
not
that
going. They're
pricing.
gonna have a thing that tell you to call them to ask for their pricing. And you call some Barnes Jewish, and Barnes Jewish say, "Oh, our pricing for that MRI on your left knee
Right.
is not $350, but it's $150.
Right.
Which hospital you going to?
Oh, we got to knock it out there.
Definitely. But
But
you
that's
gotta-
that's why
that's the
we're,
reason why they don't have transparency on pricing, because they don't
and that's
want
the reason
you
why
to do
hospitals
that.
are getting in trouble more and more these days, because
Oh.
They're not posting their transparency, which they should be,
They should
according to the 2010 law that Obama placed in
Oh.
that said hospitals and doctors' offices must
Nice.
show transparency.
And that
in
was
their
just
pricing.
that's because they wanted them to come to the digital age, and they wanted them
And
to
have
be able
everything
to come right.
electronic.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and it's funny that you bring this up. 'Cause I think this kind of piggybacks into all the stuff that we've been saying. Just because you put laws and regulations in, fact, doesn't mean that people are going to follow it.
They're not
That's
gonna
why.
follow it.
That's why when you say, "Okay, we'll just do this," and then that will happen, that's not necessarily always the
No.
case. And there's always going to
Exactly.
be someone trying to get up over it because
There's always going to be that small little bit
there
of
was something in
loophole.
California. There was something in California where, again, we don't get to see all these documents. I remember, this is just for the example, Trump had to get like this 5,000 page document and get it read. All the Republicans had to get it read by like Sunday, and it was like Thursday. It's like no one's ever read 5,000 pages in their life, and you're talking about reading it over a weekend. Come on now, y'all. But that's the things that are factored in. So there was a new law that came out in California, apparently, that like if you so certain places need to up their minimum wage, but you didn't need to do that if your place included a bakery. Fast food chains didn't need. So it's like very specific. It's very specific. It's all like, well, bakery.
Panera Bread.
So Panera Bread gets out of that.
They get out of that.
And that was his homie. Hey, we get into the bottom of things, y'all.
That was his homie. He went to school with him.
And that's how it is. And that's how stuff we don't see. We got to see that somehow, right? But usually in these 5,000 page documents, we don't get to see all the stuff going to. It's like, what do we need? What are we sending this 300?
But they get the reason why Panera Bread gets out of it is because
problem. Cronyism is a big problem in the government.
It is.
Explain cronyism.
It's just helping out your boys.
Woo.
You want to say
Nepotism.
Right.
Right.
It's just a good way to help your homies and make sure that they don't get taxed and they don't get hurt.
Yeah, and to be honest, we all can agree that's dope. And that's dope. It's just unfortunate that many of the systems that we create actually
So now do you think that a lot of the business
messed up stuff too? It's all like,
do you think that now a lot of the business models in California will be like, oh, well, I don't have to pay this much if
we
I
about
own
to get a bakery, y'all. Hey, how much a bakery cost? I'm about to put one. It's only $20K.
They finna be like,
Throw it
I'm
in there.
finna learn how to make some sourdough,
Yeah.
some rye bread.
Hey, bread is on the rise.
Wheat bread.
You're gonna do what you do. But the problem
But
is
Panera
that
Bread sell their bread for like $6 a loaf.
they have to. We were just reading the shit the other day, and they got to switch everything up because they're not doing very well.
No, they're not doing very well.
Panera Bread, they're doing horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's very interesting. Then that they're not
because
doing
of their
good, and then they
prices.
also
Right
in combination they get hooked up.
This is why they need it because they're doing horrible.
Horrible. They had to go back and rechange their whole menu because at first, like over the last 2 years, they've been trying to do more of scale, a more upscale menu to get better ingredients, better customers, things like that.
People don't care about that, man.
They don't. They're caring about the prices and how much you're charging me for a meal.
Back in the day when it was St. Louis Bread Company, when they had a product, it was great. They didn't have many sandwiches on the list, but the sandwiches was really good. The problem
was a
now,
smaller menu.
They've tried to make the menu too big, and they're bad at making those things quality. So companies, they do this, and then they have to
scale it back and be like, oh, my bad, y'all. We saw McDonald's did it too.
You have any more stories?
Yeah, we could talk about the former Phoenix mayoral candidate.
Oh God.
What's going on?
Pled guilty to felony computer tampering on Friday.
Oh man.
In 2021, the ABC 15 investigators exposed Tim C. His operation in a South Phoenix Masonic lodge.
We might be getting a little close to the source right here.
Yeah, we are. He was offering to help former felons restore their civil rights.
Which was a good thing.
That sounds good.
I was behind him. I was behind him.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, supported that.
Yeah,
you want a felon to come out of jail and be like,
give him a chance.
I need my right to vote. I need this, and I want to be able to get my rights back. So that's a very good business model to help people, right?
Right.
But in the way that you were going about it was just totally wrong. Several of the people later contacted ABC 15 saying that Tim C had not restored their rights, but instead they had been illegally registered to vote.
I don't understand that though, man. I'm still confused about that. If the rights to vote wasn't restored, how can he register them to vote? I'm still confused on that. If they don't have the rights,
he took their name and information and just signed them up.
I understand
using the website for the vote.
Wouldn't they be immediately rejected?
No,
because they're
not. Because the prison system did not have a way
of checking those people.
to check it. They didn't have a way to check it.
Mm.
Now, since this case has happened,
Right.
Arizona now has a law where it
double check.
streamlines helping felons get their rights back. And it's going to double check to make sure that that felon is in fact eligible to have their rights restored.
Oh man. It sucks because Tim C, I respect him, and we've met him a couple times.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
We were able to interview him
several times
when he was running for mayor. We brought him in and talked to him. So I respect.
So he's in jail now?
No, I think
here's the thing.
He's not in jail.
He was, even though C was indicted for the computer tampering and 7 counts of false voter registration. In court on Friday, he admitted to going online to register the people to vote without their permission. In the exchange for the guilty plea on the computer crime, the voter registration charges were dropped. C's plea agreement stipulates that he will avoid prison time if he completes supervised probation and community service. And he'll be formally sentenced next month in April.
Well, I mean, I hope nothing the best for him, man. Like I said, man, it's a messed up situation.
It is definitely an unfortunate situation, being that we've had I want to say honor and dishonor of meeting him at the same time. But it's an honor because yes, what he was doing,
he was cool. What he was trying to do, he was trying to
what
run
he
for
was
mayor,
trying
which,
to do,
which was be the first black man to do
mayor
that.
of Phoenix, right?
But it's just terrible that this
the
how it
circumstance
turns out.
in which he was going about it.
Wait. So let me just restrict. I never heard about this. So this guy was running for the mayor of Phoenix, and he's a black dude.
Yes.
Was he in politics before?
I don't believe so.
Was
I think
first...
he was that she was in Chicago. He was involved in politics.
So he was coming over here.
Ran before.
So he was coming over here and trying to get into politics, and then what he went about doing actually
backfired.
It backfired because of the way he was doing it.
Definitely, he computer fraud.
And what is computer fraud? Are you guys able to?
It's more of the basis of it's lying.
So it's
putting
like
information online that's not correct or true.
Well, it's not that it wasn't correct or true. The information was true. The person's information was true.
Right.
But they were ineligible
that's
for
what I'm saying. So that's
that
fraud.
benefit.
You're not letting the whole truth into the situation.
Exactly.
You have to be
it was just
transparent.
Exactly. It was basically saying that, what he was doing for the computer fraud. He was basically saying, for example, if you were a felon, you came out of prison, you came to me for your assistance to get your rights back, right? And I said that I have this way to help you restore all of your voter rights.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I just need your name, your date of birth, your mailing address. I need this. I need that.
It's more about like that input that he did.
All he did was input information onto a website.
Dang.
But he wasn't letting the person know that he was doing this.
Exactly. And he didn't ask the person,
that's fraud.
Hey, can I sign you up to do this? Can I do that? He wasn't doing that.
Dang. Almost had it then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot behind that, but I don't think, obviously he intended to do that, but maybe he did.
I don't know, man. Right? That's what I was saying. I'm hoping that his intentions were still good, that he was trying to do, but he was trying to do the right thing, and maybe he missed a step or he didn't. You know what I mean?
Because that can get pretty precarious when you're entering specific data like that.
Exactly.
Because I was like, people lie on the internet all the time. What's wrong with that?
Exactly. But I mean,
they definitely do.
When it comes to giving a person their rights to vote back.
That is I didn't even know you can go into a computer and do that.
That person has to have met a certain amount of what do you call it?
I don't know. What do you
requirements? They've had to have met a certain amount of requirements.
Right. So you got to be out of jail a certain amount of time.
A certain amount of time. They've had to commit this. They've had to have paid back all of their fees and restitution.
And fees,
the person has had to have had at least a minimum. I think it was 7 to 10 years of no wrongdoing.
Right. And they can get
to be eligible to have their rights.
And which is dope,
back,
man.
Which is a good thing.
It's a good thing because, I mean,
you want those people to be
condemned for life for something they did.
You want those people to be productive citizens
Definitely.
in society once they've paid their dues, right?
Right, definitely.
But you can't just go about it
he just
in the manner that he did without
Right.
asking the permission from the person. Hey, can I do this for you?
Right.
You have to make sure you have that consent in place.
Well, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he
Yeah, we
gets
wish him the
right
best.
thing, man. 'Cause,
Started out
yeah,
all right.
man, for sure. But I want to move on to
comic books.
I'm gonna do the
sports?
sports real fast, and then we'll do that. Run the sports, bro. We can get up out of here.
I know we've been in here for a good minute. It's 12:30.
Habari Sports.
We got the Phoenix Suns welcome the Toronto Raptors to the Finley confines of Footprint Center on Thursday night, and we were treated to another game with highs and lows after another strong start spearheaded by Grayson Allen, who's been hitting like 8 threes every game.
I'm a Clippers fan now.
Get up out of here. The Suns would lose the middle quarter scoring battle before ultimately having just enough cushion left to garner the win. Phoenix would establish an early 19-point lead. That, though, Toronto would threaten, they never relinquished or allowed them to threaten closer than 7 late. Phoenix walked away with walking away with the win down in the Raptors at 120-113. We also beat Denver the other day without Booker also. I think that was on Tuesday. So it's been a pretty good week for us, man. Grayson Allen has been on fire, man. He's following up his start in Denver. Like I said, he hit 8 threes on that game. He also hit 8 threes in the Toronto game. Even more, his 7 straight in the first quarter made for a Phoenix Suns franchise record for 3-pointers made in a quarter.
Wow.
Additionally, the 8 he made between the first and second quarters also serves to tie the franchise record for threes made in a half. So, boy, he's been balling, man, and he's not missing right now. And Devin Booker is still out. They do have the Celtics later on today. Should be a great game, but we will not have Devin Booker. He's questionable, so we can't say for sure if he's not going to be in today. But I'm saying he's probably not. They got him doubtful for the clash, and also Nasir Little, Josh Okogie, and Damon Lee are out also. So we'll see what we do, man. It's going to be a big game with the Celtics, man. But also the Celtics might hold their people out too, so we don't know for sure on that one. So let's see. We'll watch that later on and see what goes on with that. Let's do. Do you want to do yours real fast?
We can.
Let's hit the hot mess real fast. Then we'll do the.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess with Iesha Rowan. Sponsored by
No One. If you want to sponsor us, hit us up at info@habarientertainment.com. Let's go.
All right, guys. This week we got a couple things that's going on in Hollywood. So, the younger brother of Patrick Mahomes,
What did he do?
Jackson Mahomes, he's 23. He appeared Thursday for his sentencing via video conference and pled guilty to a single misdemeanor count of battery, according to online court records.
Battery?
Following his sentence, Jackson Mahomes was taken into custody of the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, which will determine whether he's eligible for work release.
Oh, goodness.
The sentencing came more than 2 months after prosecutors dismissed 3 felony charges for aggravated sexual battery related to accusations that Jackson Mahomes grabbed a woman by the neck, kissed her against her will inside an Overland Park, Kansas City restaurant in February 2023.
Man, that sucks.
The more serious charges were dropped due to a lack of cooperation from the woman. according to the court filing.
They don't care if she cooperates because they gonna take it up themselves.
The state can
state
definitely
will
take up
up
the charges themselves.
and they will try to get you.
That is something that they will
without
do.
the woman.
They will do.
Yep, 100%.
Definitely. So right now, he's only got the one single misdemeanor count.
Right.
They dismissed 3 felony counts.
Man, he got to realize who he is, man. You can't.
I hope at this point he realizes who he is. You only 23 years old,
man.
so.
Yeah, and to be honest, I thought he was gay.
Really?
Oh, he's not?
No, I guess not.
So too. I ain't gonna
I ain't gonna front. Hey, shout out to you, Jackson. But hey, I thought so.
That's what maybe something was going online that I haven't seen.
Oh no, I never seen him, so I never seen him. Yeah, his mannerisms, his TikTok.
Yeah, definitely.
From what I've seen, I just thought that.
I don't want to say.
I'm
glad I wasn't the only one then.
Little suspect.
Dang. Yeah, no, my bad. I thought.
It's just the way.
Anyway, no, so that was a surprise to me. I was like, dang, maybe he getting back into the women. He's like, hey, you can't be that. Someone got to tell him, hey, you can't do that.
Maybe he
might be bi. Yeah, he might be bi. Some people.
Hey, no, we don't know. Hey, we ain't creating no accusations here. But that ain't the way to do it, Jackson. Come on, kiss him.
Right.
That ain't how you do it on the first date, baby. You got to take her home. Maybe she open up to that. Maybe.
Speaking of sexuality. Speaking of sexuality.
Oh, God.
Kourtney Kardashian recently spoke about her sexuality.
Okay.
And expressed that she's more than likely
autosexual.
Oh,
come on. Autosexual. Is that automatic?
No, I thought it was having sex with cars, but
yeah, a little bit of sex with cars. That's what we're doing now.
Figured, man.
Autosexuality, for those that do not know.
I've never heard this term before.
It is described as a trait wherein one is turned on by engaging in their own eroticism.
Yeah, they turn on by
basically
themselves.
When a woman is more aroused, a woman is more aroused when she feels truly sexy within herself.
That's the craziest shit ever.
No, that's great. No, there needs to be a word for it. She must walk past the mirror and be like, God.
Right.
And that's exactly what it is.
Everybody needs that then. I'm autosexual as well. I'm about to walk through past the mirror and be like.
That's exactly what it is. Dr. Tanner states that everyone
is a little
bit.
Well, okay. If everybody's a little bit, I don't want to do. This is crazy.
And I look at myself like, damn,
a little bit. Because if you don't think you're a little sexy, then you think you're disgusting, right?
So, I'm sorry, fellas. I'm gonna break this to y'all.
Yeah.
Men are more autosexual than women.
Whatever.
Is that true?
Masturbation can be classified as a form of autosexuality.
And you're saying because men,
I'm a whole ass card here.
No, it's way different. It's way different. I'll break down why.
Masturbate more than women. What kind of stuff is that?
Oh, I would argue that they probably do.
Yes, y'all do.
Hey, but here's the thing.
We're not gonna talk about that though.
No. But women have the most off the wall ways. Why the hell y'all using a water head for?
I don't.
Hey, hold on.
I'm not hearing it because women have whole.
We got all the toys.
Definitely, they got toys. They got all types. We don't have none of that shit.
Yeah,
we got a single toy.
Right.
Y'all got lotion, Vaseline in y'all's hands.
Some people might not have that, but hey, I'll tell you why.
A masturbation lotion that you go buy.
Yeah. Maybe that's some.
It's called lube.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, so here's the thing. With women, they obviously have the egg. We have the sperm, but the sperm, I believe it's like 100 million sperm a day. So it makes sense why a guy could just keep.
Right.
A girl's not popping out eggs when she masturbates.
But see, here's
right?
the thing.
The guy's popping out exactly what's going to help them make the baby.
That's true.
A woman can only have 1 kid per year.
But that still has nothing to do with masturbation.
Can have way more than that per
way
year.
more.
Are we done with the story?
Autosexuality may extend beyond sexual behavior to include feeling a longing or desire for oneself. It can also be the ability to turn oneself on through looking at, visualizing, touching, or smelling oneself.
I don't like this for women. I do not like this. So women gonna be like, if you ain't me, you ain't for me. What?
That's weird.
What do you mean?
Right. That's weird.
You can't compare to me, baby. I'm autosexual.
There's just something about me that I like.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because
get that person a mirror.
If you can't turn yourself on, who else can turn you on?
Yeah.
Why are you yelling? But anyway, you don't have to. I mean, you should be turned on by other people. Not you.
That's not true
weird.
because
That's weird, man.
American society,
Uh-huh.
we are more in tune with partnered sex than we are with sex with ourselves.
Right.
That is why
that's normal.
she's coming out and
That's not
saying
work.
she's more autosexual. She's getting to know herself.
Oh my God.
She's getting to understand how her body works, what arouses her, what does not.
Me
Men,
personally, I don't
y'all
have
just
sex
have
with
it.
somebody
Y'all,
else.
it just comes
Sexually.
naturally to y'all.
Women are
For
more
women,
feeling.
it doesn't come that easily because why?
Because you look
Women
at all
aren't
of the other
allowed to
women.
talk about their sexuality
Huh?
like men are. Men, y'all can sit in a whole room and be like, "Yo, bro, did you see your girl with that fat ass? Did you? I know what I would
And
do with
women
her."
don't do that?
Women don't talk like that.
Okay.
Yes, they. I'm not gonna say that they don't because they do,
Yes, they
but
do.
in the amount or the extent,
Yeah.
like men have locker room talk.
I don't do locker room talk.
You may
No,
not
I don't like the locker
participate
room. I
in
ain't gonna lie
it.
to
You
you.
may not
I
participate.
don't do
You
locker
may
room
not
talk.
be that one, but there are men who
Right.
do.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But I've
right,
had
right.
women talk crazier than I've heard a lot of men.
Yeah. Especially nowadays.
I don't know the numbers, but I don't think. But whatever. Let's go to comic book corner.
What about Sexy Red?
Dang, yeah. Bring up Sexy Red. That's a bad
Right.
example. Hey, Cardi B started it.
Hey,
Lil' Kim,
hey.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
Lil'
if y'all
Kim,
Lil Kim, you're right.
Trina,
Trina.
You're right.
That's
Trina.
the 90s.
Yep. Straight up.
But
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by
the Booty Bandits. But anyway, what do we have for comics this week? We already talked about Toriyama, rest in peace. We have Natalie Tina, from Game of Thrones and Harry Potter has joined the MCU and already filmed her scenes for her project supposedly. Many think that she's playing Lady Deadpool, but we
I think
don't
she
we
gonna
don't
play
know for
Lady
sure.
Bullseye.
Who knows? She's gonna be. They're not even saying what she's gonna be in though. So
I thought it was
a
gonna
lot of stuff, huh?
For Lady Deadpool.
Huh?
I thought it was Ryan Reynolds' wife.
I don't know, man. They talking about this.
I thought she was the one.
Natalia Tina is what they're talking about online. So, but there's so many rumors going around.
Yeah.
You don't know. But also, Deadpool and Wolverine star teases lots of surprise cameos for the movie. During a recent interview with Variety, Deadpool vet Karen Sony teased the amount of surprises cameos that fans would anticipate for the Marvel's Studios Deadpool and Wolverine movie. It probably won't be called that in the end. The new
You don't think it's gonna be called Deadpool Wolverine?
I don't think so. This new MCU version is ultra secretive. Shoney said there are a lot of surprises. Let's just say a lot of people came to London to be in a part of the movie. So
I mean,
That's probably one
they
of the
only got a
highest-
couple more months to change the name if they're gonna change it from Wolverine Deadpool.
When does it come
For
out?
what?
April?
yeah, it might be. That could be. It could
July 26th.
No,
July.
yeah, July. But the actor also confirmed that the lead star Ryan Reynolds has begun plotting the Deadpool and Wolverine team up since the production of 2019's Deadpool 2, which only featured some archival footage of Hugh Jackman from 2009 X-Men Wolverines. I remember Reynolds spilling that at lunch one day that he had started a conversation with Hugh. I remember saying people are going to flip out. Then the studio got sold to Disney, and you know what happened from there. But it's this movie, man, is the only thing that's coming out this year, pretty much. So
I'm just gonna
people
have a whole bunch of more
are
talking.
pretty hyped about it, man.
That's one of the ones I'm gonna actually go to the theater and watch.
Yeah, Deadpool and
I
Wolverine
mean-
is directed by Sean Levy from a screenplay written by Reynolds. Levy, Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and Zeb Wells. The third installment will also star Hugh Jackman and Jennifer Gardner. Jennifer Gardner, who we know played Elektra
Elektra.
back in the day. So we might get your boy who played Batman to come bring his Daredevil, this whack Daredevil back. Ben Affleck,
That
whack
movie
ass
was
Daredevil.
terrible.
It was bad, man.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But
They
we
make
might
Kingpin black.
we might bring him back though. You never know, man.
Oh.
So
I'm cool with making characters black. I don't think that was the right for Kingpin. I ain't gonna lie.
Kingpin, yeah, it didn't matter. It wasn't. Oh boy, passed
no, you're
away.
not.
That's the
I
crazy
think he
part.
did.
Yeah, he passed away, man. But What you got? What's the last one? The game?
Okay.
All right, let's play this trivia and get the hell up out of here, man. We've been here talking shit forever.
Let's get ready to play trivia for Loot. Sponsored by
All right, man, Daniel. Good luck.
We are
it's all on
sponsored
you,
by
bro.
no one, but if you would like to sponsor us, the email is info@habarientertainment.com. We will curate a package specifically for you. All right. Question number 1.
Let's get to it.
Which 1996 action film starred Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum as they fought against an alien invasion?
I told y'all not to do movie ones, but this was what it was. Or I was gonna do bad at movie ones, but this one's Independence Day. Shout out to me.
You got to know that.
Appreciate y'all starting this easy.
At first I saw Will Smith and Alien, and I thought Men in Black.
No.
What year did that come out?
In the comedy film The Big Lebowski in 1998, what was the nickname given to Jeff Bridges' character?
The dude.
The
That's
dude.
it, man. He's
ready. He's ready to be like, he's
ready
wrong.
for that
Wrong.
Ready for it.
Wrong.
Man.
Hey.
The dude. It's a good movie.
You should go watch it. In the action comedy Men in Black in 1997, what is the name of the agency that monitors and polices alien activity on Earth?
Dang, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me see.
I sure don't remember.
It has to be some initials, so I'm gonna go with the APP.
Is it the MIB?
Oh no! Wait. Oh yeah, it is. It's no. It might be. Yeah, let's just go with the Men in Black. It's actually called the Men in Black, right?
It is the Men in Black
Yeah.
agency.
Mm-mm.
The Men in Black
I
organization.
wouldn't have guessed that at all.
I mean, I gave you the
Great.
answer.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
thinking- I'm
In the
thinking
question.
about
Hey,
it.
shout out. Hey, we get one help. We get one phone a friend, right?
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wait.
Oh, this is easy, man. These are all layups.
Are they?
They should be.
All right.
Who played the role of Detective Alex Foley?
Okay.
Axel.
Oh, that says Axel. I said, what did I
What?
say?
You said Alex. It's
Alex.
Axel.
I said Alex.
All
It's
right, we're gonna.
Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cops film series.
All right, is this Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, that's him.
Let's
You got to know that one. Man.
go.
All right. What is the name of the killer doll in the horror franchise
Oh my goodness.
that began with a 1988 film and continued with sequels in the 90s and 2000s?
You gotta know it.
Chucky.
There you go.
There you go.
I thought she said dog. I thought about Cujo.
Killer dog. He said, I know which one. It's on the tip of my tongue. The killer dog. Oh yeah,
I
that was
thought
a
she
good
said
one.
Dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, she talking about Cujo.
Hey y'all, this is really a fluke. It's only because this is super pop cultured up. If this was like regularly just like across movies, I wouldn't be doing as good.
Which 90s movie tells the story of a young girl who moves to a new neighborhood and befriends a family of ghosts?
Oh my gosh, is this Casper?
It is Casper.
Yeah, no, I thought about
Why did
Ghostbusters
you-
first.
You really thought Beetlejuice?
Oh, is he a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she moves
Beetlejuice
in
is
the
a
neighborhood.
ghost, yeah.
She was
Oh,
ghost.
oh.
Yeah.
Yep,
I sure
you
was
all right.
thinking Beetlejuice.
I was thinking about Beetlejuice.
All right. What is the name of the character played by Mike Myers in the Austin Powers film series?
Oh my gosh.
It's
Mm,
Oh my god.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Hey, give me 15
Nope.
seconds on the clock.
Dog.
it's right there.
Oh,
It is one
yeah,
more.
yeah. Wait, I mean, is his name Austin Powers? Is his name Austin? We're going with Austin Powers.
Yes. It's Austin
See,
Powers.
I like how I threw y'all
Yeah,
a couple
he's
trick
throwing
questions.
us
I
off with-
gave y'all the
These
answers.
are
in the
SAT questions. These are how SATs be giving them. See?
In what 2001 movie stars
Oh,
Reese
goodness.
Witherspoon as
Oh.
a young woman who decides to run for student body president?
Dang, I don't remember the name of this one.
She runs for student body president. It's a high school movie. And I think it's called. Oh my God, I know It's like the something. I think I'm gonna go with the classroom. That ain't right.
Wait, it's not. It's not.
Is it the one where she wore all that pink and stuff all the time? Legally Blind.
It is Legally
yep.
Blind.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, but that's the first one. I
That's
think
the
the
first
second one is
movie.
the second one was she went to college.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
second one is she
Okay.
went to college.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Who played the role of Harry Potter in the film series based on J.K. Rowling's
all these.
novels?
Who-
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
That's Daniel.
He knows the answer.
Yeah, no, it's Daniel something, but it's. Oh man, what's his last name? I don't know his last name. I know it's Daniel.
It's Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. That's right. Great
Yeah.
one.
We'll give it to you.
Yeah, you got half of it.
No, you gotta have.
It's the last one, right?
Last question. In the comedy
Oh,
film
yeah.
Dumb and
Ooh,
Dumber
I
from
know.
I
1994,
don't remember his name.
what is the name of Jim Carrey's character?
I don't know this one, so I'm just gonna go out and say it probably was Jamar.
It was Lloyd. Yep, you're
It was
right.
Lloyd?
It was Lloyd.
We are looking for the full name.
Oh
Lloyd
God,
what?
I don't know, dog.
Cumberbund. Was it right? Was
No.
it? Okay, Christmas.
Lloyd Christmas.
I would have never
Beautiful.
guessed that. Man.
Beautiful.
It's dope, man. Thanks for
Yeah, that
playing,
was
bro.
cool.
We appreciate you coming on, man, and talking
Appreciate for
shit with
having
us,
me.
man. It
Yeah.
was dope, man. And we before we go, tell people how to contact you if they want to get your consulting
Yes.
or to learn how to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah, if you are if you have a passion for helping people and you have a course, you have a business that you're able to teach people something, we can make it work.
Mhm.
As long as what I'm working with specifically is people that have a total audience of over 50,000 people. So if you've done if you're right there and that sounds like you or you think that might be you, hit me up on Instagram. It's DTWIGINTON. That's my first, middle, and last name. And then my email is the same thing. DTWIGINTON@gmail.com. And then we can hop on a call and we can see how we can get you moving forward and get you to impacting more people, making more money, and having more time to live the life that you deserve.
That is dope, man. We really appreciate you, Daniel. It was nice to meet you, bro. Nice to chop it up with you. And we'll figure out a ways, man, for we can maybe me and you can work in the future to get some things going, man.
Oh, yeah.
So we appreciate everybody for watching, man. It was another episode of Habari Live. Great episode. We'll get all our clips and going throughout the week. Thanks for watching.
Happy
Peace.
birthday to me.
Holla,
Oh,
holla.
Oh,
My
happy
bad.
birthday. Wait, what?
My bad, man. I tried to remember. To
You
do
know,
that too.
He said something about it too this
I
morning.
was
Like,
gonna say, I
y'all
was gonna say it. No, I was gonna do it, man, but I forgot that fast. My bad. Happy
Hey,
birthday,
Live with
Jimmy.
him.
Let's go. Happy birthday.
19 years old. We appreciate Jimmy and everything he does for the show
Still
and
smelling
everything he's
himself.
doing. But happy birthday, bro. And we
You
You ain't have to actually do it, Jimmy.
He feeling
Fun.
autosexual tonight.
Right. Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, happy birthday.
Happy
And
birthday.
peace out.
Holla, holla.
Let's take a quick photo, man.
Yeah, absolutely.